Today we're hitting the streets of Vilnius and the artist republic of Užupis. Good food, great drinks, and zero plans. Let's walk.
Today is our one-day self-guided tour of Vilnius. We have planned stuff on the map and we are about to venture out into the wild, wild streets of Vilnius.
Yeah, first thing, we're stopping at a cafe. There's a very rich coffee culture here, and we found a really nice cafe. And yeah, that's our stop.
Chemex is what we're going for. Probably a 600ml Chemex pour over. And then maybe a croissant, coffee, croissant. But then we want to go to get a bagel.
Yeah.
And we've planned a few stops on the way, and that's how it's going at the moment. So we've planned a self-guided walking tour, and the only thing we're going to be using is a phone in the pocket, following all directions. This should be fun. We're trying to cut down on screen time by just listening to the voice prompt from Google Maps.
Turn right.
Turn left. Turn around, you idiot. You've done it the wrong way. Rerouting. Hopefully we'll see you at the coffee shop.
Yeah, it should be close.
So we're just here at Hurican. There's a quick coffee before we start our day tour. Self-guided walking day tour. We picked an Ethiopian coffee with a Chemex pour over. It looks like they're doing a good job. The Chemex has been preheated. The grind size looks right. So I'm looking forward to this coffee. We'll give you our recommendations on this little coffee shop when we finish. Tried using a fork. I think biting is the best option. I think it's honey cake.
This is so honey-like. I got some donuts thinking they're the traditional cheese donuts, but ended up being with white chocolate, but still really young and fresh. Very greasy, but we like them.
Well, coffee, light, refreshing. Pickle Chemex. Nice. Very clean in the cup. So where to next?
We'll go a little bit back somehow through the Jewish quarter, the glass quarter.
Yeah, artisanal street, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, the glass quarter. It's where the Jewish community used to live, and a lot of the glass makers, they call them glass makers, were living and doing the work. That was forgotten, and now they try to bring back the memories and how meaningful that was for the history of Jewish in the city. All right, so we're going now to the gold quarter, and we found this glass quarter. Sorry. Look at these beautiful umbrellas. Funny story. We actually walked on this street maybe 4 times already, but we never really knew ETZ. But now that we know, we realize.
We've walked past the bear we were looking for. We've walked past all the jewellery stores. We've basically walked past everything 4 or 5 times. But now it's a completely different experience because
we know where we are and we see the things. We saw the street names in Hebrew, we saw all the things we knew we'll see here. But before, when we didn't know we are on the street, we just literally ignored them, we couldn't see them.
And now we're about to come into the Old Town Square, which we've walked past 10 times and commented on how amazing it was. But we're going to revisit it for one last time.
Yes. The top water in Vilnius, perfect. Just made it to Lithuania Street. We just knew it's a very popular place to walk by and see something, but we weren't sure what it is. Luckily, it's written here, and it's an open air gallery, always open. You can just walk here and see a lot of art, paintings, some poems or whatever that is. Really cool. The grey wall is very popular, the one that we just passed by, but apparently the open air gallery keeps going if you walk down the street. All right, behind us, St. Anne Church, a temple for Vilnius Old Town, and we just read that is one of the reasons why the Vilnius Old Town became a UNESCO heritage.
Yeah.
It's a Roman church. Pretty impressive.
Yeah. It's on a very busy street though.
Yeah.
And it's obviously pretty popular with the locals and schools and lots of bits and pieces. So we've just left Bernardine Cathedral, which is in the background, and it is definitely stunning. You're allowed to film. There was no signs, so we did a little bit of filming. Obviously with the little Pocket 3, there's no noise, you don't really disturb anybody, but the footage inside was amazing, and there was lots of lovely wood carvings, and it was very, very well preserved.
Yeah.
So definitely a recommend for that one. So we are about to cross into a new republic, Uzupis. Come with us.
New country, new currency, so let's change some money. I got a currency, 1 Uzas. Apparently one of the strongest currencies. We thought it's 1 for 1, but 1 Uzas is €5. And the funny thing is, you cannot use it unless it's the 1st of April. And if I'm not wrong, you can buy 1 beer for 1 Uzas. Quite an expensive gift to take home, but well, you only come once to Uzupis. Here you can be a certified angel. There's a shop here where you can go and get a certification that you're an angel. How cute is that?
Are you sure they'd give you one?
Eh? The Uzupis neighborhood, it's actually an independent republic within Vilnius, and it's basically a artsy community. Actually, Dalai Lama visited Uzupis. You know, the Tibetans and the Uzupisians, they're friends. And here are a little bit of Tibetan heritage in Uzupis. All right, so on the wall here is the constitution of Uzupis, translated in many languages. You have English, you have Arabic, you have French, Spanish, Russian. Oh, you even have Romanian.
Republic of Uzupis Constitution. Some strange ones, but I think a memorable one is everyone has the right to appreciate their unimportance. Everyone has the right to understand. Everyone shall remember their name. There's quite a few interesting ones. Do not defeat, do not fight back, do not surrender. This constitution was actually originally written by 2 friends who had a cat and the other had a dog. So in the constitution there is a lot of dogs. A dog has the right to be a dog. A cat is not obliged to love its owner, but must help in times of need. So there's quite a lot of cats and dog type stuff, which is nice. The Uzupi actually had an army, for a bit of a fun fact, but apparently we've just heard that the army consisted of only 11 people. So I don't know how they're good bad do, but everyone's peaceful here, so I reckon they even need an army. We have just left the Republic of Uzupio, and we are now at a food market that I can't pronounce, but I'll show you. Yeah, but I'll show you the name.
We are having Georgian food again.
Yeah, we've got a walnut salad and a cacciapori.
Okay, it's been a year since I learned how to do it. Let's hope I still remember. Oh, you do it like this, you mix everything up. Take all the cheese, mix it with the egg. Oh yeah, and then you enjoy it. It smells nice.
How the meal ended, it was amazing. The market and Loz has left with
Three cakes from Sugarmore.
We will show you what they are when we get back.
Alright, let's go up to the Bastion. The steps are called the Stairs of Czesław Miłosz or something like this, a local poet, and his poems are written on the steps. Well, I don't speak the language and the steps are pretty dirty now after the rain, but it's cool.
We're here at the Bastion of Defence after a lovely lunch of Georgian. So we'll take a quick wander around the Bastion on the way back to home.
I just read it's the Bastion of Vilnius defensive wall. It was built in the 1600s, and inside now it's a museum where you can learn about the wars that took place here in Vilnius. It's a beautiful construction, it's pretty impressive, and surprisingly we haven't heard about it before getting here, so luckily we found a tourist map and we learned about it and we came to see it. Just stopped at Piano Visnia or something like this, and here they sell a cherry liquor which is very popular here and in Latvia, and well, we saw people drinking it, so we stopped for a drink. At home they will sell it in like 50 milliliters. Here it is 100 or 150.
Yep, it is mid-afternoon and it's time to get drunk.
We just read on the sign here, it's actually from Lviv, from Ukraine, so it's a Ukrainian liquor, but you can find it everywhere in the Baltics, in Poland as well, and it's a 17.5 alcohol. I'm feeling a little tipsy already and I'm not even halfway through.
It does come in 100 milliliters, or she asked us if we'd like the larger one, which was 200 milliliters.
Yeah.
I'm glad we got the small.
Yeah, we were just saying that you can get a bigger cup than your coffee in the morning. Alright, I'm on a hot air balloon ride. We didn't afford the expensive one, so I'm taking this one with my cakes and my cherry liquor. And well, if you're taking the hot air balloon ride over Vilnius, let us know how it went. See ya! As our Baltic journey comes to an end here in Vilnius, we can honestly say this city might have been our favorite of the three capitals. It's beautiful, relaxed, and surprisingly easy to explore. Looking back at this trip, there were many little moments that stood out. The peaceful days we spent in Krakow and Saaremaa Islands were definitely a highlight, although we still wish we had rented a car to explore more of the island. And in Latvia, our day in Sigulda was unforgettable. Between the nature, the views and the atmosphere, it ended up being one of our favorite stops of the whole journey. Next time though, we're heading just a little further south. Before returning home, we make a short 2-day trip in Krakow, Poland, and that's where our next adventure continues. So join us next time as we explore one of Poland's most historic cities.